Alright, what is going on, my dude? So really quick video today. I'm in a bit of a rush, alright? I'm not currently home, but I wanted to get this video up for anybody who is having trouble with this pretty nasty Symbiote Supreme. Imagine that there's like a Symbiote Supreme picture right here. The laptop that I'm currently working on won't let me copy and paste the picture, so imagine his beautiful face right here. That Venom cover Doctor Strange, right? So, let's jump in today for the top 10 options. Now again, reminder, practical options only, okay? Now, of course, you're gonna over time see like the solo of like, Star-Lord solo, Proxima solo, all these solos where people get the perfect AI, right? These are gonna be like 10 options who I believe are going to be good for helping you achieve the objectives of Cosmic, Mercenary, and also Denial, okay? And also keep in mind that you're gonna be able to unit man or item man your way through this challenge very easily with just about anybody if you're a Cavalier player, and you only have to get through it one time just for completion without the special objectives. Now, funny enough, for this week, the top 3 options for me aren't even a part of any of the objectives, so I feel like that's a perfect thing by Kabam. Not the biggest fan of this fight. This fight kind of kills you just for playing the game, right, with the buffs and everything. However, overall, I think it's nice that the objectives are really hard, but the completion is very easy, okay, with the right champions. So, with all that being said, keep in mind there are going to be some options that you would like to see on this list, not on the list. It is what it is. It came out about 30 minutes ago, so let's jump right in. For number 10, we have my girl Black Widow, Deadly Origin, okay? And I put her there because she fits one of the objectives, and she also has that nice damage over time and that high damage output. Now, the thing is, there is also redouble determination here, so you're gonna have to be careful with the shocks. But the thing is, if you can get through to your special 2 with Black Widow Deadly Origin, right? I'd say like 2 to 3 special 2s, and they're gonna flush the Symbiote Supreme right down the toilet. You have your 6-star rank 2 Black Widow, or even rank 5 5-star, right? I tried it once. I ended up pushing him to a special 3, but I got him to like 75% health. So she's definitely gonna be really decent for that mercenary objective. Not gonna be the easiest solo. Is it possible to solo? Possibly, but I think 1 to 2 revives is going to be a nice way to go with Black Widow Deadly Origin. Could be a decent option for people. Now, for number 9, I have Warlock. Now, Warlock I tried many times for the control denial. I could not get the solo, man. Just with the way that this fight works, man, with the nullification and everything, the burst damage is huge. Is it possible to get a solo? Possibly, but I'm using a 6-star rank 3 Warlock who can't control Symbiote Supreme's power, and there's just a lot of burst damage from this placebo buffs that are just coming right on you and exploding whenever he changes phases. So Warlock, I think I can definitely get down in 1 revive. I don't think I'd be able to get a solo. Is it possible with the perfect AI and the perfect RNG? Yeah. Probably, but realistically, I think 1 to 2 revives and Warlock is going to be good for that denial objective for you, okay? Let's move on to number 8 here, and number 8 is going to be Black Widow Clairvoyant. Same deal as Warlock, man. That objective, in my opinion, is the hardest one by far. The Mercenary one, there's a couple good options. The Cosmic one, there's a few good options. But this one, man, it's really like Black Widow Clairvoyant, Warlock would be like the top champs in that class. I'd say that work. There's also like Professor X, but he has so many buffs that are going to get exploded. So I'd say Professor X isn't going to work too well here. I did hear from a couple people that Yellow Jacket worked really well, although I don't have Yellow Jacket ranked up, so I couldn't test him out. So this is really all stuff that I've tested, but I did hear that Yellow Jacket does work, and he is a part of that crew as well. So keep that in mind. For number 7, I have Taskmaster, and the reason why Taskmaster is so high is because he fits 2 objectives. He's the only champion who fits 2 objectives this week. He's both the Mercenary and also the Denial, okay? So for Taskmaster, not always the most useful champion, but if you happen to have a rank 5 or even a 6-star rank 2 or rank 3 Taskmaster, I know a couple people in the world do, well, he's probably going to be fine here even if you have to use 1 or 2 revives. Same deal for these 4 champs here who I have for 1 to 2 revives. It's going to be hard to get the solo because their damage output isn't the highest, and also because this fight, it just kind of kills you for playing the game. But Taskmaster does fit 2 revives, if 2 objectives, if you do happen to have 1 ranked up. That being said, let's move into some of the possible solos. I think will be possible solos, and up first is going to be Angela. Now, Angela I put her here because she fits the Cosmic objective, and if you have a high sig Angela, she becomes kind of immune to the Nullify. So if you have like a max sig Angela, you're going to be kind of laughing through this fight, and you're going to be getting through it pretty simply without too much trouble at all, okay? So I didn't get to test out Angela, but I had people in my chat saying like, yeah, Angela works really great. Also with her Sig ability, I believe it's Sig 181 or higher, you're not going to have too many issues, okay? So Angela is definitely a good way to go. That being said, let's move on to number 5, and number 5 is going to be Domino. Domino I actually got a solo with on my first try with Domino. Now, the thing with Symbiote Supreme here is that there's so much stuff going on, like 40% chance when you hit him to gain a buff, right? And then he switches his phases and he does this stuff, but Domino has a chance to like fail all of that crap, and that's why I had such a good time with Domino. I was just kind of chaining special 3s, then I did a special 2 and a special 1. So I did special 3, special 3, special 2, special 1, and he was dead. 565 Domino, 660 or whatever. So if you have like a 6-star ranked up Domino, she's going to be really great for this. You don't need synergies here. Domino fits one of the objectives, the mercenary one, and she did really, really well. So let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is going to be Hercules. So Hercules I went in and I got the solo with on the second try. The first try I didn't really know what was going on, and I got exploded because I had so many buffs. But what I would do with her, if you happen to have a Hercules, you go in, you don't use your special 1, you don't use your special 2, you don't want buffs on you, okay? So you just fight him normal. And Hercules' damage output is so high, even normal, that he nuked through him before he could burst any of our stuff. And I think we ended in immortality, but that saves you, man, right? It kills you down to 1% health, and then you live, because he can't die, really. Now, keep in mind, the immortality buff can be nullified. However, if the timing works out, Hercules is going to give you that second chance to finish off the fight. So Hercules definitely did really, really well for me, and I got the solo on him. That was the first solo I got. Now, the top 3 here, well, they don't fit the objectives, and I think that's going to be good for the content. I hope it's like that in future weeks too. But up first we have She-Hulk, man. Now I didn't get to try She-Hulk myself, but the she has the Petrify on the special too, and that's going to be really good for controlling Symbiote Supreme's power. Also, She-Hulk's damage output is absolutely enormous, and she doesn't rely on buffs to get her damage. So She-Hulk is going to be a really good option for you if you have a rank 5 or even a 6-star She-Hulk ranked up. She-Hulk, if you're a Cavalier player and you're not going for the objectives, she's going to be really good for you. Also, along with She-Hulk, of course, this one's kind of obvious, but Human Torch. Human Torch is just going to completely nuke down the Symbiote Supreme like it's absolutely nothing. Going with the pre-fight, parry heavy, right? Take some blocked hits, don't dex, right? Be careful watching out for the amount of placebo buffs that you have, and then there you go. You're going to have a really, really good time with Human Torch if you're Cavalier and you don't need to get the objectives. Again, if you're a Thronebreaker, you need the objectives. I'd stay away from these top 3 because you want to be as efficient as possible here. And the number one option, again, doesn't fit the objectives, but it's Red Guardian. The reason why, Red Guardian can't gain buffs, and that's really the only thing hard in this fight, is that you get the buffs and they explode. So Red Guardian, that niche utility of not getting any buffs, is going to come into play here, and it's going to do a really, really good job, right? This is kind of like the fight that he was made to do. It's kind of like he was made for this, like the Hulk meme, right? Yeah, so huge shout out to Red Guardian, man, for having that niche utility that is very often overlooked. I feel like that guy's very underrated nowadays. But yeah, guys, this is a rough list for a 10 champions who I think you can go in with and be successful for week 7 of Summer of Pain. And again, a special shout out to also Yellow Jacket, okay? I don't have one to test out myself, but I have heard good things about Yellow Jacket in this fight, so I'm going to throw him right there because I'm sure people are going to comment it. And also, I'm sure Cosmic Ghost Rider 2 could do it, okay? So when the Cosmic Champions, with all these champions for the objectives, you can get through it with anybody, but we're looking for like the most efficient, the most practical to save you the most items, you know? All right, my dudes, that's going to be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I do hope it helped. If it did, drop your boy a big old like. Let me know who you use in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any other future Summer of Pain stuff coming to you in the future. I'll be seeing you around.